Hello, 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 and welcome to a very belated, very late new comic book day preview show. I am well aware that this isn't previewing anything. New comic book day is today. It is Wednesday, January 8th, and it is already new comic book day. But as I will be able to explain to everybody once everything is written in paper and set in stone, for lack of a better term, there's reasons that everything has been a little wonky over the last couple of week. And I'm hoping by next Saturday everything will be clear and easy for everybody to understand. Uh, Real quick before we jump into the new comics, don't forget next Saturday, the 18th, is the Winter Springs Comic Toy and More Show, January 18th, noon to 5 at the Winter Springs VFW. We have awesome comic vendors, vintage toys, sports cards, candles, sweets like baked goods, things like that, s'mores, cake pops. We also have kids' clothing, adult clothing, all nerdy related. We have a crochet vendor with awesome crochet pieces, including commissions. We have a vintage toy customizer. We are very excited for that. That is next Saturday, the 18th, from noon to 5 at the Winter Springs VFW. We are doing a food drive for the Winter Springs Elementary School food pantry. So bring any non perishable food, specifically cereal if you can, and you'll be entered to win prizes. With that being said, let's jump into new comic book day, and I'll start with DC. Absolute Batman gets to issue 4. This is a guest artist on this one, Ken Walta, instead of Nick Dragata. But this is essentially Absolute Batman Year 1. This is kind of the origin, how he gets the suit, so everything like that. If you have not read Absolute Batman, we do still have issues 1, 2, and 3. So check that out. Also, this is my pick of the week. This is Aquaman #1. This is written by Jeremy Adams, who has written, he's currently writing Green Lantern. He used to write Flash. He wrote the Green Lantern television show. He wrote the Super Sons animated movie for DC. He is a phenomenal comic book writer. So I know Aquaman and Arthur Curry are not the most popular guys in the world, but this Aquaman #1 is worth picking up. And there is a beautiful variant cover by Tulolo Toy featuring Mira. And then there is a kind of light blue ocean colored blank cover for those of you that want a cool sketch. I think it'd be cool to get a sketch on here of like something from the deep, the trench, like that, like a kraken. Oh, that'd be so cool. Then we have Batman Dark Patterns #2. This is like a true detective story for Batman. 3-issue mini arcs featuring different villains. This is issue 2. We do still have issue 1. Then we have Brave and the Bold #29. I got the blank variant with purple for you old school fans. And then that is it for DC. DC went rather light, but we do have a cool independent book written by Charles Soule, drawn by Ryan Brown. These are the creators behind 8 Billion Genies. And this is their follow up, The Lucky Devils. So that's Ryan Brown, written by Charles Soule. If you liked 8 Billion Genies, or if you liked curse words, this is for you. And then everybody makes fun of Frank Miller. Frank Miller had a cover for something this week that I don't think was great. But this is Frank Miller. And I think this is great. So that's the Frank Miller variant for Lucky Devils. Cool independent book. Check that out if you get a chance. And let's jump into Marvel. Wolverine #5. This is the Godtail variant. I think this is a very clean variant. Godtail is going to be at MegaCon. Just got announced. So you can get these signed at MegaCon. Then Daredevil Unleash Hell Red Band Edition. So this is the A cover. I know there's a big red band on it, but it essentially is very bloody. Can I get Aquaman variant? Yeah. Eric, I love you. How are you? Love you, my friend. This one, right, Eric? I can pull that aside for you. Eric, it's so funny. I was about to send you a picture. We were cleaning out the garage and getting everything to the warehouse so we can get ready to open the store. And I found the little card boxes that you were asking about. I'm going to send you a picture of the color that we have. And if you don't like that color, I can order you any other color from the website. So this is Red Band. There's a lot of blood and gore on this. Not necessarily language, but blood and gore. Love you, Eric. We got to play Lorcana again soon. So this is a cool variant as well. There's Elektra. If you haven't gotten it, Elektra Unleash Hell or Daredevil Unleash Hell is an Elektra book. This Stephanie Hans cover, I love Stephanie Hans. She's Momoko before Momoko with the watercolors. So these are $4.99 books. Red Band. If you love Daredevil, you love Elektra, you'll want to check that out. It is written by Erica Schultz, who has been writing Elektra for a long time. So she's a really good character. Cool, Eric. I got it set aside for you. I'm going to make a file for you so that way you got an official everything. This is my fun book of the week. And when I say fun book, I mean like you'll understand why I say fun book. This is what if Mickey Mouse and his friends became the Fantastic Four. So it's Mickey as Mr. Fantastic, Minnie as Invisible Woman, Donald Duck as the Thing, and Goofy as the Human Torch. So you have that A cover. You've got the Scotty Young cover featuring Goofy as the Human Torch. You've got variant cover there. I like that a lot. That's variant right there. And then I like this cover here. Is this Ron Lim? No, I don't. ND. This is the ND variant. You can see Minnie using her powers. Goofy. Very cool book. That is, I believe, going to be a one-shot. Yeah, because the next one is What If Mickey and Friends Became the Avengers? So keep an eye out for that. Fantastic Four #1 from 1961. So Fantastic Four #1 from 1961. Getting a facsimile edition. So this is the A cover. Should have called it the Fantasia 4. You're so right. Even if just a variant would have said that, Joe, that would have been genius. So this is the A cover. Looks exactly like Fantastic Four #1 did back in the 60s. Just says $4.99 instead of, I want to say that would have been a 12-cent book probably. There's a foil version of this. I have that at $8.49 because Marvel foils are not discounted. And then there is a blank variant. I think it's very cool to have a blank variant of a historic book like Fantastic Four #1. And then we did get Magic #1 this week. So there's a David Nakayama Magic #1. Beautiful cover. I will admit I'm a sucker for these logo variants. I just think graphic design is important. So I did get the logo variant. So if you wanted something simple like that, that is $4.99 Magic #1. Also, new #1 from Marvel is New Champions. This is the Rose Besh variant for New Champions. This is a whole new set of new heroes for Marvel, kind of like the old Champions. This is the Art Germ variant. I actually really like Art Germ. He'll be at MegaCon. Amazing Spider-Man 65 has the 8 Deaths of Spider-Man Scotty Young variant where they did not poke oxygen holes in there for him. I think that's funny. I think it's funny how they figured ways of him to die, how they're kind of accidental, and none of them are like, hey, a villain killed him. All new Venom #2. Supposedly in this issue, you find out who the new Venom is. This is the A cover. And then I do love this variant cover. It's not Lucio Perillo, but it looks like Lucio Perillo. Oh my God, it's a great cover. And then last but not least is What If Galactus Transformed Gambit? So this is a one-shot of what if Galactus had transformed somebody else. And the Herald of Galactus is Gambit. This is the A cover. Then we've got the C cover. I like that. Gambit looks cool. Then you have the homage variant, homaging Tales to Astonish #21. So that's the homage. That's the original. And that's the homage. This is just a one-shot. And then this is the 1 in 10. I have this for $4.99, so $1 over cover price. 1 in 10. And with that being said, guys, that is everything that we have coming out. I like to reiterate this every time we do this show. That does not mean that is everything your local comic shop is going to have. That does not mean that's everything that came out this week. Right now, while we do not have the brick and mortar, we obviously order a little bit tinier. I'll give you a great example. Other than Amazing Spider-Man that's on 62, like books that are on issue 8, 9, 10, we're not ordering them right now because I don't have people walking in to be able to purchase them off the rack. Once we open here in the next month or so, and you guys will get a lot of information about that here in the next week. Once we're opening, we will start having a lot more comics. You'll start noting the show be a little bit longer, and everything like that. But right now, we're doing special orders. So essentially, if anybody orders anything off FOC Show or on Pullbox, we order that for them. And then if it's a new #1, we're ordering it. If it's a very cool cover, we're ordering it. But yeah, we're being a little specific, but I will admit that'll go away here in a month or two when we open the brick and mortar. And with that being said, guys, if you get a chance, come on out January 18th from noon to 5 to the Winter Springs VFW for the Winter Springs Comic, Toy, and More Show. There will be a lot of huge news getting announced there. It will get announced live on Facebook as well. We'll treat it like a press conference almost. But that's going to be the first place you're going to find out, and we're going to do a lot of cool stuff on that day. Emily Ricette has agreed to be our featured artist, so she will be doing free sketches for every kid that comes through the door. We printed 100 sketch cards with some awesome information, and then every kid that walks through the door will get one of those for free, and they can walk up to Emily and get a sketch. I do also have Sabian on hand. He is not the featured artist in the sense that he's doing the free sketches for kids, but Sabian Willis has been working really hard on his comic book Shinju Nights for a long time, and he's finally done with it. He's officially merchandising it. He's getting ready to print. So he's going to be out there with a lot of merch and a lot of stuff. And he'll be talking about his new comic, Shinju Nights. So we'll have 2 artists, but Emily Ricette will be our featured artist. Bring out all the kids you know. Bring your nieces, your nephews, your kids, your neighbors. Tell them about the Winter Springs Comic and Toy and More Show, and get a free sketch. As long as they can provide a picture, or like the artist can Google it. If Emily can Google it, she will draw it. So it could be a Pokemon, it could be an anime character, it could be a superhero, it could be a self-portrait. But with that being said, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Keep an eye peeled to the Flashpoint Comics and Games social medias over the next 7 days. You will see a lot of great information, a lot of big things. And thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you for joining us. And you guys have a great rest of your week. Hold on, I want to be full screen. Flash out.